Hello everyone, Cup here, and welcome back to some more Mechabellum. I participated in another in-game mini tournament and I got into the finals. And I want to share with you the matches I had. So in this video, like last time, I will be showing you the first two matches, and the semi-final and the final will be in the next video. So let's get into it. First match, I'm starting out with cost control and crawlers and steel balls. I'm not picking cost control as much anymore lately. I feel like I notice the breakpoints more, so for example, my things dying quicker and my opponent's things not dying quickly enough, but I wanted to try something new, or try it out again rather. Standard positioning, crawlers behind the towers, one pack of crawlers in the very far back to come in a little bit late. And I added 2 arc lights for potential chaff. However, my opponent didn't go for chaff actually, so the arc lights are not good here. But it was reasonable to assume that they would add chaff. So against snipers and a level 3 sniper especially, doesn't look that good. But at the same time, my opponent doesn't have the best chaff clear. I took out their arc lights pretty quickly. But yeah, round 1 for my opponent here. And yeah, my opponent, Marksman specialist by the way, obviously, with the level 3 Marksman. And pretty classic, also a very popular combo, Marksman and Sledgehammers. Very popular right now as well. Picking up missile, strike, decent target here on the sniper, arc light and some tanks. Not putting it on the level 3 Marksman by the way, because it has too much HP. It won't die to the missile strike. And I'm adding some Stormcallers. I'm still a fan of Stormcallers, even though they are weaker now because of the missile intercept. But getting 2 packs of Stormcallers is good in most matchups, I feel like. Just get 2, 1 left, 1 right, like I'm doing right now. Usually pretty good. And I placed 1 sentry on the left to take out the tanks, and it worked. My opponent didn't shield. So this turn, quite the advantage here with the missile strike and the sentry. And my opponent this turn went for chaff, so some crawlers coming in, but my arc lights taking quick care of them. My delayed crawlers in the middle coming in and actually distracting the snipers for quite a bit. Stormcallers doing some work, also good against snipers. Actually helping me take out the snipers, because I don't have the best damage or the best units to deal with the snipers just yet. Steel balls need to get in, but also cost controlled steel balls die pretty quickly, so they don't really do that. And yeah, Stormcallers really helped here. And the left pack already leveled up because it popped the level 3 Marksman. By the way, I didn't notice it that much early on, but level 3 Marksman, the Marksman SPC, can be kind of a handicap in a sense. Because if you start losing, your opponent will get so much XP from killing your level 3 Marksman. So any level 1 unit killing that level 3 Marksman will basically get a level up right away. So my Stormcallers did that just now. They killed the level 3 Marksman and now I can level them. Or I could level them. I don't want to, because I don't like to go too heavily into Stormcallers anymore, and leveling them up just makes them more easily, or makes it more valuable to get countered by the anti-missile devices. And I picked up a fortress with the self-healing item, by the way. To put in the front there, should be pretty good. Tank a lot of damage, and also is good against the tanks and the arc lights. My opponent went for some Mustangs to help deal with the chaff. Maybe they're also planning to go, or had the idea in mind that they could go for the missile interceptor on the Mustangs as well, if I decide to go for more Stormcallers, but I'm not planning to. And yeah, the one fortress on the right Because of the self-healing, it can take so much damage. My opponent doesn't really have the highest DPS, so other than the level 3 Marksman on the left, the fortress just gets tickled by the rest of the damage pretty much. But now the level 3 Marksman actually attacking the fortress, and now with the tower debuff it's actually getting pretty close. But fortress still pulling through. Self-healing on fortress, just so good. Because fortress has a lot of HP and the self-healing is percentage based, so it heals a lot of HP. Couple of good items here. I'm picking up Speed Specialist to get in even faster. To deal with the... Oh, actually, I'm just noticing it now. My opponent already went for the Missile Interceptor on the Mustangs right away. So they were already countering my Stormcallers there last turn. I was wondering why I was almost losing even though I got a fortress with self-healing. But yeah, they countered my Stormcallers, and without that damage the snipers just didn't really die quickly enough. So yeah, Stormcallers kind of useless now, but it's fine. My opponent invested quite a bit to counter those, so I'm focusing on the rest here. I upgraded the fortress because even more HP and even more self-healing, so my opponent will have an even harder time dealing with it. And yeah, so far at this point I'm basically relying on my fortress to carry me here. Stormcaller's not doing anything, and the nut leveled steel bolts also not that great here. Get stuck on chaff for the most part anyways. But yeah, the level 2 fortress should be pretty much unkillable for my opponent at this point. Unless it gets... Ooh! That was so close. The opponent's sniper must be level 4, level 5 already or something. Oh, they gave them the... Okay, I see. The level 3 or whatever level it is now, Marksman on the opponent's side got the advanced firepower module, which increases damage by 250%, I'm pretty sure. So it was actually hurting my fortress quite a bit. Almost killed it, but not quite. So yeah, my opponent invested or bought 3 Mustang packs with the anti-missile, so that's I think 900 credits, and I only bought 2 Stormcallers without any upgrades, that's 400, so my opponent is down 500 credits basically to counter my Stormcallers here, and that's a fine trade for me. Picking up range on the Arclights, because the Arclights are actually helping quite a bit with the Mustangs. And also with the Crawlers, of course. And I'm deciding to add some Mustangs myself. Also, I got the Mechanical Division upgrade on my Steel Balls. So when they die, they spawn 5 Crawlers each. Just additional distraction for my opponent to deal with. While hopefully my fortress, mainly my fortress, can take out everything else. And that missile strike was so juicy in the middle there. Taking out I think 2 snipers and almost the whole pack of the Mustangs, and also almost killed that one Arclight. And yeah, my Mustang's really helping with chaff clear as well, so it's much more efficient and much quicker now to get through left and right. Get rid of the frontline crawlers and also get rid of the Mustangs, so I can walk in even faster now and actually kill all the snipers and everything that's an actual threat to my bigger units. And this is almost game already. My opponent really low now. Tank production line. always when I see that card, my eye immediately goes towards it, and I want to pick it, and I'm picking it actually. And I'm picking up an Overlord. My opponent does have Missile Intercept on the Mustangs, but it's not great against Overlords. And also the Mustang's Missile Intercept is already kind of used by countering my Stormcallers for the most part. If they get distracted by intercepting missiles all the time, I'm fine with that. So that means they can't help deal damage to any of my other units. But yeah, opponent only has a couple of Marksmen and no leveled Marksman on the right, so I decided to put the Overlord there, and I thought it might be good here. And opponent went for a Melting Point, good choice against the Fortress, and I didn't really protect the Fortress, and with additional range the Melting Point actually could lock on fast enough to my Fortress. So it's going down now pretty quickly. However, even without the Fortress, my army is pretty strong now. Also the Overlord with the tank spawn is definitely helping. So I'm basically running it over. Also my Steel Balls obviously good against the Melting Point. Even level 1 Steel Balls can deal with the Melting Point, and they did. So I'm walking through on the right. I lost on the left, but that's fine. And look how many tanks there are. Already like 8 or 10 tanks or something. Tank production line is so insane. It's so good. And yeah, GG's. Even by taking out my Fortress, it was not enough. Next turn I would have just put some Fangs in front of the Fortress and maybe even shielded, and yeah, that would have been it. So this was match 1. Let's get into match 2. And match 2, I already know or remember, that one was really, really close, so it's going to be good. Let's get into it. I'm starting Area Specialist with Fangs and Stormcallers. My opponent is Supply Specialist with Mustangs and Crawlers. Positioning my Stormcallers a little bit to the outside, left and right. This time, because when I open with Stormcallers, I usually put them like this, so they are not both easily countered by a Crawler pack in the middle with Mobile Beacon, because they are too far spread apart. So this kind of preemptive positioning against Mobile Beacon Crawlers. Putting some Fangs a little bit in the front there to in the future protect the Stormcallers from sentries. And my opponent is going for aggressive positioning. So Crawlers at the front line and Mustangs a little bit behind, all with spaces in between, and they are already adding Steel Balls. So I already know what this is. Again, classic Steel Ball Mustang aggro stuff. I really don't enjoy playing against this, but it's just too strong, so people play it. But yeah, I know what this is now, so I can start working on a counter. I haven't tried it in a long time, and maybe I should try it again. I'm not going for it this match, but in the future, the next time I'm facing this, I want to try going for Arc Lights. Just full on carry Arc Lights to counter this. I tried it before and it didn't really work, because yeah, it didn't start out working, and then when you start losing, your opponent gets levels and your Arc Lights don't get levels, and then you are just so far behind the entire game. That's basically it. You need to start winning right away when you build Arc Lights, and that didn't happen the last time I tried, so I hated I hated that. So basically I made that decision to go Arc Lights and it didn't work, and then I just lost. There was not really anything I could do, at least not with Arc Lights anymore. So either you win right away or it's over. Your Arc Lights need to level faster than your opponent's units level when you do that. Anyways, I want to try it again, but I'm not doing it this match. Subsidized steel balls, really bad to see here. My opponent will probably pick it up. Really good for them. And I'm adding Mustangs right away. Mustangs, kind of my standard answer to this type of aggression. Mustangs to kill the chaff, so in this case mainly the crawlers. And then you add either like fortresses or hackers or something to deal with the steel balls and the rest. Let's see what I go for this match. But for now, starting out with Mustangs. And my opponent putting down a sentry. Killing that one pack of fangs. I think it's fine. I'm not sure if it was worth it, to be honest, for my opponent. Killing one pack of fangs. But yeah, Mustangs without upgrades. Not the best at dealing with crawlers just yet. And my opponent is coming in, so maybe the sentry was actually good enough, because it was kind of close on the left. So with a bit of additional chaff, I might have won the left side. So yeah, maybe the sentry was actually the difference this turn. But I'm slightly losing again here. Yeah, it was very close. Actually, with the fangs, I probably would have been fine. Nano repair kit, also bad to see. Charged ammo, kind of also bad to see. All good items for steel balls and Mustangs. Putting down some crawlers for a flank here. I want to pressure them as well, a little bit at least. So they need to commit a little bit of credits near their back to defend the flank. And this turn the flank might also go through actually and get the tower. And I'm getting one more pack of Mustangs, and I gave them the splash upgrade. And I'm adding some more fangs vertically in front of the tower there, just to delay the opponent's push in towards the tower a little bit longer. And my opponent went for range on the Mustangs. So my Mustangs will probably lose against my opponent's Mustangs. However, the crawlers die pretty quickly now. So my Stormcallers and my Mustangs are now quickly attacking the steel balls, but it's not the best damage here actually. Oh, by the way, also, I remember now, I would have actually not picked up Splash here, but I didn't bring armor piercing. I would have picked armor piercing for more damage on the Mustangs, because I think it's better against steel ball and Mustangs. Because as you could just see, after the crawlers were dead, my Mustangs didn't really do much anymore, because their damage is so low against the steel balls, and I could actually have used the additional damage against steel balls here, and also against the Mustangs after that, but mainly against the steel balls. So also sometimes people go for overlords as well with the steel balls and Mustang strategy. So against overlords, also AP upgrade on the Mustangs a ton better. Just yeah, it will make all the difference really. So yeah, I actually did not have the appropriate tech here, and I changed it after this match. I was messing around with my tags on the Mustangs to try some things, but yeah, I need AP for this matchup on the Mustangs. I'm adding level 2 hackers now, because the crawlers die pretty quickly, and now my problem are the steel balls, or the next problem are the steel balls, and then the final problem are the Mustangs. But yeah, in that order. So I took care of the crawlers, and now I'm starting to take care of the steel balls. Opponent missile striking, really good here. It's going to be a lot of value taking out storm crawlers, a pack of fangs, and also a lot of my crawlers there. So this turn is kind of messed up. But let's see what my hackers can do. Yeah, opponent just copy pasting Steel Bolts Mustangs with crawlers. Just, yeah, spreading it across the board. Hacker took like 1 or 2 steel balls or something. It was not enough. The opponent's units came in too quickly because of the missile strike. I really needed the distraction fangs and crawlers there to buy me a little bit additional time for my hackers to actually do work. So yeah, this turn was kind of kind of not great. Deciding to skip, and I'm getting range on Mustangs, upgrading some Mustangs, and I'm getting the shield upgrade on my hackers. And I'm adding more crawlers in the back there, also vertically, so they trickle in. Because as I noted last turn, I need to buy a little bit more time for my hackers to do the work that they should do. And with this, it should look a lot better now. Crawlers will die faster because of the range from the Mustangs. And then I have additional chaff and the shields to buy me some time. And here we go, my opponent is going for Overlords. And yeah, that is why you need AP on your Mustangs against this matchup. So I don't really have anti-air damage. The Mustangs just tickle them. So I'm dealing with the Steel Bolts and the Mustangs now, pretty sure. So I'm hacking the Steel Bolts. Steel Bolts provide some tankiness and my Mustangs can take out my opponent's Mustangs. However, yeah, boats, Overlords, just really good here. Also, right side, I need to reinforce my right side a little bit because my opponent got through there. I won on the left side, kind of, except for the Overlords, of course. But yeah, on the right side, my opponent came in and took the tower, actually. So, yeah. I was thinking, well, this sucks. I don't have AP on my Mustangs, and I'm starting to feel sad now. It was the good and obvious choice for my opponent to go for Overlords here, since I picked HE on my Mustangs. So I don't really have the damage to deal with them just yet. Since I'm area specialist, I unlocked Overlords already. And also Phoenixes, so I could get some anti-air. And I'm going for Overlords myself. So I'm basically mainly building the Overlords to deal with the opponent's Overlords at this point. And I'm getting the armor plating upgrade on my Overlords, so Mustangs will not kill my Overlords. The Overlord on the right should be enough to single-handedly defend that side. And I'm getting the temporary range upgrade because I really want to start winning now. This might actually be the last turn if it goes badly. Would have just gotten run over here. My opponent went for Mechanical Rage on Crawlers, trying to move in quicker and be more annoying. And also they got the Photon Emission upgrade on the Overlords to give all the units a lot more tankiness. They take less damage. And also there's a flank coming in. Crawler flank, I think. Level 5 Crawler flank. I think they picked the level 5 Crawler card, yeah. However, it does look pretty good now. I am actually starting to win. I was winning the ground war already, and now with the additional Overlord help, I'm actually also winning the air fight. And level 5 crawlers, or just in general going more into crawlers with Mechanical Rage, was not the best idea here, I think. Because upgraded, leveled splash Mustangs with range just take out the crawlers before they get anywhere. And my opponent took a lot of damage, by the way. They have less health than me now in just one turn. They were full health and now they have less health, even though I lost every round until last round. Putting down a missile right and left, sentries, just protecting my flanks and trying to take out the pack there on the right, because it's exposed as of now if they don't put another crawler pack down. Missile strike here. My opponent can also missile strike, so I'm deciding to put some bubbles down. Don't want to die to that. Putting down some more sentries. Expecting this to maybe be the final turn actually, so I want to make sure. And also my setup in general is fine already, so I don't really need anything new or anything special here. Picking up one more hacker on the right to help deal with the steel vaults over there. And here we go. Opponent went for the suction upgrade on the steel vaults. Crawlers taking a bit to deal with because of the photon emission. But once the crawlers are gone, my hackers and leveled hackers can start hacking the balls, and they do so pretty quickly. And now photon emission wears off and everything goes down much quicker. Taking over the balls and now finally locking on to the Mustangs as well. Mustangs getting taken out pretty quickly. Mustangs can't take care of my shields on the hackers, too much HP and too little damage. And my overlords doing work on the opponent's overlords. And this is GG's. So I was able to bring it back. However, again, this shouldn't have been this close because I would have normally taken the AP upgrade on Mustangs, and that would have basically shut this down much quicker and the overlords wouldn't have been a problem. Anyways, this were the first two matches. Kind of rough one, the second one. And yeah, I will see you again in the next video with the semi-final and the final match. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you then. Take care. Bye.